Good evening, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of the Necromaniacs Horror Podcast. How's it going, Mike?
It's going well. Uh, Summer is knocking at our door as we tape this in the first week of June. Um, Looks like it's about to be in the 90s tomorrow or this weekend. So yeah, gotta get ready for it.
It was definitely warm out today down here. So yeah,
Mm,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
It seems like May just kind of flew right past me.
Time flies, man. It's like you hit a certain age, and then like the years just just start slipping away, dude.
I agree, like it's funny. I was talking to somebody about graduation at work and graduations, and I went, yeah, I graduated high school June 1st, and I graduated college June 1st. And I think I even graduated junior college all on those same days. Um, and now apparently that's like a little early. Like I think certain public schools get out a little later now, but I mean, I was in a Catholic school anyway, so but I always remember June 1st as like this kind of landmark kind of date.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Mm. And with my weird memory, I always remember the dates of things. Um, but yeah, it's kind of like the unofficial beginning of summer, even though summer begins the 21st.
It feels like summer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure, for sure. Um, been checking anything out lately?
Hey, oddly enough, yes, a movie or show actually.
Hmm.
Finally, after all these years, I watched Mick Garris's The Shining miniseries.
Ah, okay.
It's on Tubi, in case anyone's
Uh-huh.
interested in checking that out.
Yes, the one from the late 90s.
Yeah, the one that, Stephen King loves it, right? But no one else likes it. But I gotta be honest, dude. It's all right. Look, it's no Stanley Kubrick. I mean, Stanley Kubrick's film stands alone,
Hmm.
as a great film, but maybe not so great of a Stephen King adaptation, if you know what I'm saying.
Right. He was not concerned with it being a Stephen King adaptation. I
Yeah,
think he was concerned with it being his movie and his level of disturbingness and creepiness. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. You know, the Mick Garris Shining is no Stanley Kubrick Shining. However,
No. Hmm.
however, I gotta say, dude, I really enjoyed it, man. It's a made for TV kind of vibe. It's a little, it's a little cheesy, but I
Mhm.
thought they told the story really well, to be honest.
Yeah, I watched it when it was on back then, and I actually thought it was pretty cool too.
Yeah.
It's different. I would watch it again. I remember not loving Danny all that much.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yes.
He had a bigger part, um,
Yeah.
which is consistent with the novel, and also like Jack Torrance's character, you can see this progression like into madness. You know what I mean? The
Right.
possession.
That's the thing. And that's what is cool about it. He didn't just start out like a crazy person.
Yeah,
Like in the movie, he starts like a crazy person. In the book, he doesn't start out like a crazy person,
yeah,
you know?
yeah. Jack Nicholson shows up, and he's already half. He's Jack Nicholson. You know what I mean? It's like
Yes.
you already know this guy's going to be trouble.
Oh my God. Yeah. He's already a little off.
Right?
Um, but I mean that's part of the appeal. Yeah, the TV series plays it different, and there's a definite build up to the descent of madness and all the fun stuff. I remember the hedge maze thing was cool. The hedge animals thing,
Yeah,
which is in the book, is cool, and it's a little more fleshed out. But yeah, I would watch that again. Actually, interesting that you brought it up.
yeah, and it's like it's a mini series, so it really
Yeah,
gets into the story. The narrative's told over like I think what like 4 episodes or something like that. So
yeah.
yeah.
Now I'm trying to remember. I liked it. I'm trying to remember if you liked it. Did you like Doctor Sleep?
I didn't dislike it. I was just kind of like mid with Doctor Sleep. I thought it was
Hmm.
good, but I didn't love it though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I love the book. I thought the book was really awesome. I have the book somewhere, the hardcover from when it like came out. I would watch the movie again. I actually really remember enjoying like opening scene
Yeah.
in the movie, and I thought the woman, the villain, was really
Oh
sick as
yeah.
hell.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, some people are really like kind of split on even the revisiting of that. I've kind of felt, you know.
Right. I think I should. I'll probably watch it again. I imagine. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I think we covered it. I can't
Yeah, we did. I'm
remember.
pretty sure we did. We need to get it top at the top of that, man.
I'm almost certain that
Yeah.
movie was covered on this podcast. If not by me and you, possibly by you and Jack. Like I feel like we did this movie, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Dude. It might even have been before Jeff's time on the podcast. I don't know.
right, exactly. Yeah, it might have been like a minute ago. No, totally,
Yeah.
totally. But yeah, I mean, I wrapped up Euphoria, which I really enjoyed. I mean, this whole last season was crazy. Some very shocking deaths. You know, I won't throw out the spoilers, but all the spoilers are all over the place on the internet. But they kill a good couple of characters,
Really.
actually. Oh yeah, like major characters, and it just goes to such a different place as opposed to like say season one. You know, where season one is like this edgy drama about high school kids who do very adult things. And season three it's just wild. Like it's just, I mean, they are young adults and all the stuff they're doing is pretty bonkers, or most of the characters at least. So um yeah, I mean it was 3 seasons, but almost like 7 years passed since
Oh
like
wow.
season one actually came out, and there's a bunch of reasons for that. There's a character who died in real life. Well, actually two characters who
Oh
died in
geez.
real life that they kind of had to juggle with. And but yeah, I still think you should perhaps revisit the whole show. It's 3 seasons isn't that long, you know?
Yeah, I remember when it came out because it
Mhm.
was an HBO show, and I was like, "Oh, check this out, man." But the shit, it made me mad uncomfortable, man.
Yes. Season one is definitely wild.
Yeah,
Um, but like I said, season three is wild in a very different way, and because they're aged and they're doing different things, and you know. But yeah, I enjoyed the hell out of that. Um, what else have I been watching? Oh, I started watching this movie at the behest of one of my uh bosses at work, actually. Psycho Killer.
Oh, you know what, dude? Many people, including Brandon Legion, said this movie was actually not bad.
Yeah, I didn't finish it yet. There's a metal aspect to it,
Yeah.
uh, black metal that aspect to it, which is very cool. I may finish it tonight, but I also need to watch Undertone because I
Yes.
didn't listen to the episode yet because I want to see the movie first. Um, but Undertone seems like something that'll, be far better than Primate for 2026, huh?
Dude, Undertone it's right up my alley. It's literally just talking and audio. It's like,
Okay,
and
cool,
there's,
cool.
there's action in it, but it's like super subtle, man. And it's if you can watch it with headphones on, like in the dark,
Hmm.
that's how I recommend
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Well, I'm half deaf and use subtitles, so will I have to like pump up the volume?
No, no,
Oh,
no, no, no. But I mean, like it's better to like just be immersive with it. You know what I
I
mean?
see what you're saying.
Like
Okay, okay.
don't like look at your phone or like like
Oh, I see
don't
what you
have
mean.
anyone bothering you while you're watching. Like I watched this by myself. Like I rented it, and
Mhm.
um I actually intentionally was in a different room than my wife, so I could watch
Okay.
this movie like uninterrupted.
Like Skinamarink. Like I watched it. I also did not, but look at my phone because I
Yeah.
knew that this movie was something that you
Yep.
really needed to just watch, and
Yeah.
I never forgot it. So yeah.
It's not as like abstract as that, but it's definitely
Mhm.
something you want to pay attention to. Um, on a similar wavelength, I mentioned this last episode with Jeff, but I saw Backrooms in the theater too.
Okay, that's another one everyone's talking about.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we're gonna do an episode on it this weekend. So
Excellent, excellent.
yeah,
So okay, as predicted, 2026 horror is picking up as
yeah, it's picking
predicted.
up. Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, I almost feel like for the last 2 to 3 years, the first 4 months of the year have been quiet, and then as you get into May and June and the summer, things ramp up. Speaking of movies, I want to see the He-Man movie, Mike. I
No,
want to
yeah,
see it.
of course, man. Me too.
Um, I saw like the long trailer earlier this week, and I was like, I got to see this movie. It looks really good. I mean, those were my toys, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
fuck yeah.
shit, like He-Man, G.I. Joe, Transformers, those were like the triumvirate of my 80s toys. And the movie looks very interesting. It looks like it's got just enough kind of comedy clashed with seriousness and like epic fighting, you know what I'm saying? To
Yeah.
be hopefully a solid movie. Like a lot of times I feel like judging by trailers, movies look terrible. At least judging by a trailer alone, this movie looks good,
I
you
got high
know?
hopes for it, honestly.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Yeah, my brother John Draper may actually go see it like tomorrow or something. He's also kind of excited about it.
Yeah,
Um,
I definitely want to see it for sure, man.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, no shows for the last couple weeks. I did that marathon of shows through a bunch of the spring. Um, but nothing really coming up on the horizon. But I'm trying to remember if I even mentioned that Jane and I we saw the Negative Plane, and I feel like I might have mentioned it on the last show that
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
on. But yeah, that's probably the last show I was at, and that was a great one. So TVI is always fun. Um, yeah, I'm sure there's other stuff coming up. That's my mind is kind of drawing a blank right now, but yeah, we'll see what the summer brings.
Started practicing last night, and
Mhm.
my that's why my voice sounds a little froggy right now. I haven't sang in a while, so
All right, that's okay. That's
yeah,
okay. I miss singing. I,
yeah,
hopefully, I can fucking remedy that. But that's cool. Yeah, you got that cool show coming up. Give it a
yeah.
plug.
Providence, June 28th, a few weeks from now. We're playing at A220,
Hmm.
AS220. One of it,
ASU.
A24. No, AS220. Providence, Rhode Island. It's Lovecraft Country.
Yeah.
The Dark Arts Festival. This band Glaciers is playing as well, but it's
Hmm.
also like this kind of like, weird art, weird fiction, you know, black metal, death metal kind of thing. So it's real fun, man. And like Providence has like a very unique scene, I think, and
Hmm.
it's like so this show is kind of like representative of that, I think.
Yeah, it sounds like
Personal
something
opinion.
I would absolutely go to if I lived in that city,
Oh yeah,
and lived
fuck yeah.
closer.
Um,
That sounds like a lot of fun.
yeah, so like, I've been playing. I always play guitar and bass at home and practice a lot, but like I haven't
Mhm.
full on sang since we came back from doing that short tour. So my voice is a
Mhm.
little, little off right now, but I think I'll be all right.
Yeah, you're a pro,
Yeah, yeah.
you'll make it happen.
We ran
For
the set a
sure.
bunch of times, man. So it's like anything else. Like if you haven't worked out in a while and you go and do like deadlifts or something, you're a little sore the next
Mm,
day.
totally. Well, one cool thing happened. A buddy of mine who's about 4 years older than me, kind of came up in the prime thrash metal world and saw like every thrash metal band there was to see at Lemoore, like saw Slayer at Lemoore, saw Possessed at Lemoore, that era, early Overkill shows, etc. Testament, you name it. He's unloading his vinyl collection. He
Oh,
has no personal connection to it. And I swooped up some gems, Mr. Hill.
hell yeah, man. What'd you get?
Um, I got Retaliation original press
Oh,
vinyl
nice, dude.
Carnivore,
Carnivore. Yeah.
which I needed. Because I have like represses and I have the first album original on vinyl, but I did not have Retaliation on vinyl. I got uh let's see, For Destruction
Ooh,
original
German
press, Metal Blade
thrash.
press. Yes, records. Um and I'm about to get a couple of Slayer records from him
But
next week.
like
Yeah,
early,
Metal
like
Blade, original Metal
haunting the
Blade pressing.
chapel.
Yep, all that stuff. And I think an original press. What do you call it? Uh, fuck. I think it's like three or four Slayer records I'm going to get for him. But yeah, I mean, he's been selling a bunch on eBay and whatnot. And I was like, can I buy some of these off you? And he was like, sure. So yeah, I mean, to me, look, represses are great, but they never sound quite exactly the same as the original. Would you agree?
Yeah, because a lot of times they remaster it, you know what I mean? And there's something about
Mhm.
those like original recordings and mixes and masters that just, they capture like this vibe, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and like I've done comparison spins of like reissue vinyl with an original, and 9 times out of 10, the original is like bigger sounding. Um, like almost always, unless again they do, unless there's the exceptions. Some records didn't sound all that hot when they came out, and then they got remastered, and now they'll sound good. But I've always noticed a bit of like a volume kind of discrepancy on a lot of reissues for some reason, or like a brightness discrepancy.
Yeah.
Um,
Some of those early Sepultura records probably like Schizophrenia or something like that. That recording sounds mad thin, I think, you know.
yeah, yeah. Like remember, like okay, like Death. If you have the original Death Combat Relativity CDs, like I used to, DJ with CDs a lot at like,
Mm.
Lucky 13 and different places. And I always noticed that a lot of those I had to make considerably louder.
Yeah, that's mastering shit, man. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Definitely.
And it wasn't just Death, like, but Death was like an example. But a lot of the stuff that was on like Combat and Relativity and, certain maybe Roadrunner ones too, but when Relapse got a hold of the entire catalog, they didn't just remaster the Death records; they remixed the Death records.
Yeah.
While I appreciate the bigger, brighter sound, they like the records sound quite different. I don't know. Have you ever noticed that they're not exactly the same at all? Some
You
of
know,
those records.
I don't have the relapse reissues. I only have the old
Hmm.
ones. But the I know one thing for sure though, back at like production wise from like the 80s, it's like
Hmm.
back then, because playing fast was like
Hmm.
new, playing like at those types of
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
tempos.
Sure.
So like I think a lot of engineers that were mixing would compress the shit out of the guitars,
Yeah.
and they
Yeah.
would sound, you can hear the details in the playing, but it sounds super, super like small. You know what I'm saying? Like that, you know?
I hear you. And like Human, my favorite Death album. Okay, I have kept a Relativity CD along with a Relapse one because I really prefer the I prefer the old sound of Human. I just really do. I
Yeah.
don't know. It's just something about it. But yeah, I mean, I guess that was bound to happen, and you know, the estate, I guess, of Chuck okayed all this. But yeah, there's definitely some differences if you really are paying attention. Sonic
Yeah. No,
differences.
totally.
Yeah.
But no, that's awesome, dude.
Yeah,
That's
man.
cool.
And
That's a
I
good
love
story.
look, I love vinyl. I have, and I don't even know how many records I have anymore. It's grown substantially in the last 3 years or so. So I'm happy to get
Speak,
originals. Yeah.
Speaking of vinyl, man, I think Jeff and I were complaining about this last episode where like I pre-ordered that new Neurosis album, right? And like
Uh-huh.
it's supposed to show up this month. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Jeff said he went to a record store and they had it already.
Ooh.
Like the
And no one
retail.
who ordered it has it. That's
No,
not
he
good.
didn't he didn't have his copy either, man. And mine's not here yet. I mean, it's already granted, it's only the beginning of June, but it's like it's supposed to show up this month, man.
So they did a thing that not a lot of bands do. They put it out digitally, huh? I mean, hasn't it been out
It's
digitally
been
for
out
like a,
for a
a
minute.
minute?
It just came out
Like,
one day. Like just out.
yeah,
Yeah.
right. And they did the vinyl's coming 2 months from now. That's kind of annoying, actually. But I guess whatever. It is what it is. I
Well,
love the whole putting it out when they put it out thing, though. But
but also I don't think the new At the Gates is on vinyl yet.
um, no, I've seen pictures of that on Instagram. I've
But you can
definitely
listen,
seen
the album
pictures.
is out though. Like you can stream it though.
Hmm.
I
I could
think
have
so.
sworn I've seen pictures of people holding it,
Oh,
but
okay.
maybe
Maybe I
it's
tried to
not
order it.
like, yeah, yeah.
All right.
I need to listen to that whole thing. Like I've heard the singles. I mean, it sounds good. It's really wild that like he in essence recorded that record as he was like dying, and
It's
like,
oh
yeah,
dude, it's like so fucking intense, like the whole
yeah.
vibe around that. Yeah, so the record's out already. It
Hmm.
came out in April. And I remember when it came out, I mean, maybe it's out now. I have to check, but like when it came out originally, I was like, all right, cool. I want to order this on vinyl, and like it wasn't available anywhere. So
Interesting.
yeah,
A record I've been anticipating, the new Ride for Revenge. Nuclear War Now is doing the vinyl, and they put a thing up saying comes out week from tomorrow on the site, Friday, June 12th. So I'll be ordering that.
Hmm.
Excited for that.
That's cool.
Yeah, yeah. They're gonna have red vinyl and black vinyl. So hell
Nice.
yeah. Um, but aside from all that, I've still been getting great messages from people who have been listening to Into the Necrosphere when I have guested on the news segment. So I
Awesome.
just want to say hello to all of those people and thank you very much. And I will be back on soon, right?
Killer. You're gonna
Yeah,
be like
and
a
which
regular, regular guest host.
yeah, I'm totally down with that, man. I have a lot of fun doing it, you know. Jackie's the best. And which brings us to the plugs. How about that?
That's right, man. So yeah, like nice segue.
Segue.
Yeah. So kicking everything off every other Monday, we've got Brandon Legion's Horror Wolf 666. And Brandon and I are wrapping up season one of The Black Lodge, our visitation back to the world of Twin Peaks.
Awesome.
Yeah, the final episode
Tuesdays.
of the first season coming out.
Oh, very cool. I still need to do a rewatch of the season three. I would like to do that actually, without watching one and two, just kind of diving right into that you know later era one. Um, Into the Necrosphere coming at you every Tuesday. Uh, our buddy Jackie Smith bringing you the best in extreme metal, where sometimes you get to hear my voice with doing the news rant. And yeah, once again, thank you to all who have hit me up about that. What about Wednesday, Mike?
That's always a good, well, Jackie's always good for getting these little tidbits of new music out there. I just
Oh yeah.
recently got hip to some stuff that he was playing, and I
Mhm.
actually, I actually messaged him like while I was listening to it. I'm like, I messaged him like, what was the name of that Icelandic band or whatever? You know what I mean? And it was just like, I don't remember the band's name, but I actually ended up adding it to my Apple Music.
Yeah, no, that's fucking cool as
Yeah.
hell, man. All right, all
So
right.
Wednesday, everything went black comes at you. We've got a bunch of authors showing up on there. Really cool interview with Brad Kelly, who is the author of The Earth in Dark, which is a really good book if you guys want to go out there and check out some excellent weird fiction. It's also Iblis Manifestations, brought to you by Cheyenne of the great band Trivax. And Thursday, while you're listening to Necro Thursday, listen to me, Mike, or Jeff come at you with the Necromaniacs Horror Podcast, as well as day one of Carl Hikara's Soul Knocks.
Hell yeah. Friday, we have my brother from our actual mother, John Draper, with his co-hosts Bisha O'Brien and Shaheen, bringing you Spitball Media and irreverent take on all things pop culture and media. A show you should be checking out, listening to, and subscribe to. So check it out. Saturday, we got a day off. Summer is upon us. Go outside, get some sun on your face. What about Sunday?
Sunday, day two of Soul Knocks comes at you. Carl Hikara brings that every Sunday and Thursday. And Carl and I are working on our collaboration. We've got the home stretch of Darkness Weaves, our exploration of the Carl Edward Wagner canon of weird fiction and sword and sorcery tales. And we've also kicked off the Savage World of Robert E. Howard, which is going to take decades probably to complete. So that's a lot to look forward to there.
You'll be doing that until far longer than Robert E. Howard ever dreamed of. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ay, ay, ay.
Yeah,
A
man.
lot to cover there.
Yep. If you want to call us on the Necro phone, you can hit us at 908-913-0782. 908-913-0782. We do not have any callers this week. So
Hmm.
it was a call. we like getting these phone calls.
What did they tell you about me?
I knew I had a brother, but I was only 4. I used to fantasize about you when I was in the orphanage.
Yes, I had the same dreams.
See these eyes so green, I can stare.
I didn't think you were ready, but you are. I knew it when I saw you with him. Your whole body burns.
I'm not like you!
You tell yourself that it's love, but it isn't. It's blood. Death.
Brings us to tonight's film. A bit of a Paul Schrader mode here at the Necromaniacs podcast after covering American Gigolo and talking about, some of the other movies of his that we have covered. Of course, back in the day, we covered Hardcore. But tonight, we're going to his American Gigolo follow-up with the 1982 film Cat People.
Written by Alan Ormsby, who also worked with Bob Clark on Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things, another movie that we
Awesome.
covered.
Yeah, great movie. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This is a remake of a 1942 film by DeWitt Bodean. Have you ever seen the original?
Yes, I did. It's actually a really cool, black and white noir movie. I would like to see it again. I think I saw it 20 years ago, actually. That's how long it's been. It's not a beat for beat remake, but it is nonetheless a remake.
I was going to try to watch it before we did the episode, but that just didn't work out. I quite like the original, just the black and white atmosphere of it. It really serves the film, I think.
You know what's funny? While watching the first 20 minutes of this movie, the amount of recognizable people that were just popping up on the screen. Did you get that same
Oh yeah,
feeling?
yeah.
Because you have
tons
Home
of
Alone
people.
dad, John Hurd, is one of the stars of the movie.
Home Alone dad, as well
And
as
then
other things.
Ed Begley Jr.
Yep, he's got a
is in
small
this
part.
movie. Yes, that's right. Like pre mega stardom with Saint Elsewhere, or I think Saint Elsewhere, the TV show he was on, had just kind of started maybe when this movie came out.
We've got
Um,
John LaRoquette too, is on this.
yes. Oh
TV,
my
mostly known
God.
for his TV roles.
And then you have Annette O'Toole also, Michael McKean's wife. I mean, she's in a ton of stuff too, but the recognizable face,
Yeah.
many recognizable people in this. So I was just like, holy shit, I know who this person is and this person. And then one of the cops actually with the dark hair. Did you recognize him too from horror movies or something?
One of the cops. I did recognize Ray Wise in this from
Oh,
Twin Peaks. He was the soap
yes.
opera.
Holy shit. Oh, also at the very beginning, Mike, the prostitute, it's Lynn Lowry from
Oh.
what do you call it? I Drink Your Blood.
Oh shit. Okay. I
Yeah,
did
the
not pick
star of
up
I
on
Drink
that
Your
one
Blood.
though.
I knew. I was like, wait a minute, I know who that is too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, wait, is the guy? Is it? Oh man, one of the other cops is a character actor who's been in a bunch of shit, and the name is escaping me. But yeah, the movie's loaded with people. If you're in your 40s or 50s, you know who all these people are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The stars of this are Nastasia Kinski as Irina Gallier and Malcolm McDowell as Paul Gallier. And
Hmm.
McDowell is intense in this movie, man.
He is. This is right after Caligula,
Yep.
actually.
Oh yeah.
So Malcolm McDowell is still in his kind of, crazy mode, probably.
Yeah.
And Natasha Kinski, gorgeous woman, huh?
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah.
She
One
is,
classically beautiful lady.
oh yeah. She, you kind of can't really take your eyes off her in this movie. And she's nude in quite a bit of this film. And this was, look, it's the early 80s. It's a time when nude scenes were way more prevalent. But her nude scenes, they had this big buzz on them back then. I kind of remember as a kid. I remember seeing her face a lot, and she was on the cover of a lot of magazines in the early 80s. And, people were super into her in this time period, is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
definitely a star at this point for sure.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, totally.
Yeah, I've always really liked Nastasha Kinski. Um, she's got that icy, like Eastern European, like sort of look about
Yeah,
her.
yes. And uh Schrader once again teams up with Jojo Moroder for the score.
Yep.
And the banger David Bowie song, which is one of like my favorite David Bowie songs, actually, Cat People.
Yeah. Putting out
But
fire
some
with gasoline.
That's right,
Yep.
yes. And Danzig covered this song too a couple of years back. His version is pretty interesting. Um, what I kind of caught, but I didn't know until doing the research, was that as I was watching the movie, I'm like, well, this version of Cat People sounds a little different from the version of Cat People I know. And sure enough, that's because it was. He re-recorded it, David Bowie, for the Let's Dance record, which is the
Oh,
version
really?
that I like really know. Like, the music in this one, it's slightly different. It's if you put the two songs together, there's a definite difference in the movie version of the song and like the album version of the song. But I did not know that. So it was kind of cool to learn.
Um, yeah, Paul Schrader always has cool music in his movies.
Yes, absolutely. Um, Another interesting weird tidbit is one of the smaller actresses in this film is Barry Berenson, who is in a pool scene at the YMCA towards the end of the movie, who was Tony Perkins of Psycho's wife.
Really?
Um, yes, she died on 9/11 on
Oh
Flight 11.
man. No way,
Yes.
dude.
Yes. She went into dude, she's one of the people that like was on one of the planes that went into the Trade Center, literally.
Oh my dude, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Very crazy. Anthony Perkins, widow.
Wow.
So yeah, wild. Um, but oddly enough, this movie was her last movie. After this movie, she, you know, lived a very different life. And she's born in Manhattan actually, and I believe was like living in New York at the time she died on the plane. Oh, terrible, right?
Wow, what a tragedy, man.
Yeah, yeah. She's the pool attendant in that scene towards the end of the movie.
Huh.
Hmm. Crazy. Rest in peace.
I recommend that you check out Light Sleeper
Hmm.
by Paul Schrader.
Okay,
We
yeah, I
talked
do
about
want to
it.
see that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's it's an odd film, man.
Mm.
And it's interesting. And once again, it's got a really cool like score too, like really cool soundtrack with like these like original rock songs that were written for for the movie.
Okay, yeah, that sounds like the Germ songs that were written for cruising, and they
Cruising,
only ended up
yeah,
putting one on the soundtrack, and then like 20, 30 years later, the other ones were released. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so the movie opens up in like some Neolithic settlement where there's like a
Hmm.
sacrificial woman tied to a tree, and
Yeah.
this, yeah, it's like almost like this kind of dreamscape or something like that. It looks like it's in like some altered reality or something. It's a really cool scene.
It reminded me of Sandman for some reason,
Yeah,
this whole opening,
yep, I
right?
could see that. Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
some weird spirit animal and like a creepy tree and the sky looks different. It's like very cosmic-y, very
Yeah.
cosmic horror-esque sort of vibe to
Hmm.
it. Um, this panther rolls up on the sacrificial woman, and you're the first viewing of this movie, you think he's going to devour her, but he doesn't. So you know he puts his paws on her, and that sort of gives you the vibe of the what's going on in this. So yeah, it's like this very dreamy opening scene in this movie.
Yeah. I like that opening scene for sure.
Yeah. Now that takes place in some other time, you know,
Mm.
um, out of time place, maybe some magical place. But then we
Hmm.
go into the present time in New Orleans,
Mhm.
and it's Natasha Kinski's character, Irina Gallier, shows up, and she's trying to reconnect with her brother Paul, who's played by Malcolm McDowell,
Mhm.
and they're in New Orleans, like I mentioned. Uh,
You know, it's funny how you mentioned earlier about how Jack Nicholson kind of being already crazy, when he's on the screen, The Shining.
Yeah.
Isn't like Malcolm McDowell a similar actor in that he's almost always looks unhinged?
Yeah. It's those eyes, man. He's got these crazy
Yes.
eyes.
He's the British like version in a
Yeah, I
way,
can see that. Yeah. I can see
you
that.
know? And he almost like you know, predates Nicholson in a way, but they almost kind of came out at the same time in a weird way too. Um, so like right when he's on the screen and he's meeting his sister, you're already uncomfortable. I feel like no.
Yeah. I mean, you know, there's a very uncomfortable attraction between the well, mainly from his end to her,
Yeah,
I
from
think,
his end to
right?
her. Right, right.
Because they they're brother and sister, but they were separated at an early age, and she was living in like I think a foster home or something like that, right? Or
Yes.
yeah, and he was in New Orleans, and I believe she was up in Canada, so they were separated all these years. So now they're coming together and trying to reestablish their family connections.
And he lives with a housekeeper, a Creole woman, uh female, but it's pronounced Famali. Her name is Famali. Yes.
I always got a kick out of that when for Molly.
Yes. Famali.
Now let's also remember for you young folks out there, Malcolm McDowell was also mostly well known for being in Clockwork Orange.
Yep.
Like a lot of like you punk rock types, or
No,
probably
exactly who he is. Yeah,
know
yeah.
exactly what we're talking about. But he's infamous for playing in that movie.
Yeah, and then Caligula, I think is 80, I believe.
Yeah,
And again, if you're you're metal punk hardcore scumbag, you probably know that movie too.
exactly, man. Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
And we should actually cover Caligula, which is
Yeah,
probably
dude.
going to happen.
Yeah, fuck yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
it's
I have
time.
it on Blu-ray. I got it on
I
Blu-ray.
Yeah, it's time. That's going to be quite an episode. But so yeah, he's definitely creeping on his sister a bit, and you get that vibe. And then we cut to the scene where Lynn Lowry is in, who plays the prostitute, meeting a John at a hotel, like this kind of Fleabag motel in New Orleans. Um, and she's sitting on the bed and she's kind of talking to an unseen John. But as it turns out, well, the John is under the bed and it's a Black Panther.
Yeah. Now,
If you're putting two and two together early on, folks, uh, you've kind of realized that the John was McDowell.
the thing I like about this movie is that it's basically a werewolf movie with cats, with panthers, essentially.
Yeah. And more sexy, right? Like it's more
Yeah.
sex kind
Well,
of
yeah,
based.
werewolves are generally not they're not like sexy monsters. You know what I mean?
No.
So the being panthers, it adds that sexiness to it.
Yeah. But I like what you said. It is kind of a werewolf movie, but it's not werewolves. Yeah.
Yeah. And this the sort of sleaze factor reminds me a little bit of the early scenes in The Howling.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I could
Yeah.
totally see that.
Yeah, like
Another great
The
movie.
Eddie Quist scenes.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean, interesting thing is that, you know, what I thought was going to happen at this point was that like he would like immediately kind of turn into like a man, but that alas, that is not the case actually with the Panther, because the zoologists come by way of John Hurd, who I may refer to as Home Alone Dad throughout the episode,
Yeah.
because that's like he's forever Home Alone Dad. Also, rest in peace, by the way. John Hurd died a bunch of years back. Um, and Annette O'Toole and Ed Begley. So it's like you got all these, future stars coming up on the scene as zoologist people.
Yeah. So they actually capture the panther.
Mhm.
So, and then Irina, when she wakes up in the morning, Paul's gone. Right. Now
It's okay. Where is it? Yeah.
Famali knows what the deal is, right?
Mm.
She's like sort of like in some ways, Paul's familiar,
Yeah. Right.
like she kind of takes care of the whole scenario. Like she knows the family secret, probably, she knows that he turns into a panther and goes out and kills, because she's also complicit on some level in all this stuff too.
Yeah, and she tells Irina, don't worry about it. He's on like a mission, and go enjoy New Orleans on your own.
Yeah.
Right?
Um, Irina ends up going to the zoo, oddly, and lo and behold, there's a newly captured panther there, and she
Mm,
finds herself strangely drawn to the panther.
what a surprise.
Yeah.
Yes. And this is where she meets Oliver, John Hurd, Home Alone dad. And they kind of hit it off. He takes her to dinner. I mean, he's quite smitten by her. It is Natasha Kinski after all.
Yeah.
And he even gets her a job at the zoo's gift shop. How
Yep.
nice of him. Yeah.
Yeah. And as we see, she's like, her job roles have
Mm.
expanded a little bit to like, taking care of the elephant and, doing sort of, stuff at the zoo as well.
She gets Irina gets chummy with Alice, Annette O'Toole's character, who has a bit of a romance history with Oliver, John Hurd. Um, and it is revealed that Irina, Natasha Kinski's character, is a virgin, and it was a very surprising revelation there, huh?
Yeah. So we'll get to this because there's other elements to this film that remind me of other things too, besides the howling and that whole like sexual tension thing.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, we'll get to that part.
Yeah, so Alice is, she kind of sees what's going on. She's not really a big fan of Irina at this point.
Sure.
Um, and they still have her brother basically in Panther mode in captivity, and they're trying to like do like a cage cleaning. Ed Begley's character at this point, and poor Ed Begley gets his arm ripped off in a pretty nice special effects scene, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. Good practical effects there. And now
Yeah.
the other thing where this diverges a little bit from a werewolf story is that he can stay in that form. Like it's not like, a werewolf turns into a wolf on the full moon and, whatever, and then turns back into a man. Apparently, Paul can maintain that cat form.
Mm, he can. Um, well, after he ends up killing Ed Begley's character, they decide that the cat should be put down and euthanized.
Makes
When he
sense.
goes to do that, the cat is not there, but there's this weird pile of melted flesh and goo, which was similar to the pile of melted flesh and goo found by the prostitute earlier in the movie. Basically, this means that Malcolm McDowell's character has shapeshifted back into human form,
Yeah.
uh, like he did at the hotel, and then he did here at the zoo. Yeah.
So Paul's out on the loose. And
Mhm.
so he kind of breaks it down with Irina that it's like, we we have to keep to our kind when it comes to mating and having sex and all that stuff. So
Yeah, yeah.
if we go outside of our kind, we end up killing the people that we have sex with.
Mhm.
So that's why, there's a bit of that serial killer vibe too, where he's out killing, as a panther. You know what I mean? He's like, there's been, we find out fairly soon that he's got quite a high body count.
Yeah, I mean, he's killed quite a few people. He is kind of like a serial killer, you
Yeah.
know? But the whole sex thing where like the only way you could have sex and not kill someone is to have sex with me, your brother,
Yeah.
is quite creepy.
Yeah.
Would you agree? Yeah.
It is. And this is the part that like it's not exactly, but I've seen this movie many times, right? So, but maybe this last time I was thinking a little bit about Trouble Every Day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where there's this really intense like sexual tension with the two with Vincent Gallo and Beatrice Dahl.
Yep. Mhm.
They have sex with people and kill them. But it's in that movie it's more like a vampire kind of thing, but
Mm.
that weird frustration you can feel it in both of the well with Paul he embraces it. He's like fuck it, like I'll just kill. Irina is obviously has real feelings, for a Home Alone dad.
Yeah, for Home Alone guy. Yeah.
and she doesn't want to kill him, yet she's very attracted to him and has like, love feelings for him.
Yeah.
So she doesn't want to have sex with him, even though she does. So there's that conflict that goes on in the movie.
Yeah. And uh, Paul McDowell explains their shared werecat history and revealing himself as the escaped panther, which I mean anybody knew at this point.
Yeah.
Um, and that mating with a human transforms a werecat into a black panther, and only by killing a human can it regain its human form again. With the whole, basically like say you're the werecat person and you like somebody, you have sex with them, then you can turn into, the panther,
Yeah.
basically, right? Yeah.
It's like an interesting lore. It's a cool
Mhm.
little thing they got. I think I love the concept in this. You know what I mean?
And he also tells Arena that their parents were also brother and sister, which is how they begat the two of them. I mean, it is, super creepy.
Yeah, and that sort
Um,
of like gives us, back to the beginning. Like this is like some ancient, bloodline that they're part of.
yeah, I mean, he's really kind of laying it on thick with her, and she is, she shuts it down, right?
Well,
She's
yeah,
standing her ground.
yeah. I mean, she doesn't have the background. Like she is probably, the incest thing doesn't sit well with her, I guess. So,
No, not at all.
yeah,
Um, it's interesting. I mean, look, it's 1982. The effects, some of them are pretty good, but ultimately, like the transformations are a little clunky. No, I
yeah.
mean it's
I didn't have a problem with them.
hmm,
I mean, once again, like you said, it's 1982. It's practical, which I appreciate.
yeah,
And you have a certain expectation on a movie from 1982. You're going into it, you're like, all right, this is going to be, you know, a little dated possibly. But with all that said, I still think it was the effects are pretty good in this movie.
no, totally, totally. Um, I liked those scenes where like her face was kind of like the contorted, kind of like
Yeah,
pre cat look.
yeah, totally.
That looked cool, and like the claw kind of thing. That was very cool.
Once
Um,
again, kind of calling back to the Howling a little bit.
yes, definitely. I mean, the Howling and say, look, the Howling and the Thing, which are in this time period, they spent more money on those effects.
Yeah,
This one they probably spent more money on other things. Locations and whatnot.
no, definitely.
Yeah.
But what I do like, everyone talks about the Howling and American Werewolf in London. And
Mhm.
I kind of dig the Howling transformation a little bit more just because it's like more shadowy and like
Mm.
has like more like evil like atmosphere to it.
Yeah. Well, and of course, the American Werewolf in London is like a wolf,
It's a
like
wolf.
all
Yeah.
fours wolf, and the Howling is more like
A wolf
a
man.
really fucking juiced up werewolf. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like a really terrifying werewolf. No?
Yeah, it is. It's a little
Yeah.
different there. Yeah.
Mhm.
So like yeah, but these people are turning into panthers, proper
Right.
like panthers. So yeah, it's cool.
They're cat people, people.
Yeah, they're cat people. Yeah. We're cats.
They're werecats,
Yeah.
they're a little
So
different.
Arena runs away.
Mhm.
Um she thinks about and the police, and she catches up with the police, and then
Mhm.
the police dog catches the scent because I guess they're investigating these murders and all this stuff. So the dog leads them to the house where they live, and lo and behold, this is where they find the basement of death, the
Mhm.
abattoir of evil down in the basement where there's bones and shackles and the remains of corpses. And so but their initial take on it is that Paul's just like a serial killer, and he fed these corpses to a panther which they held in captivity,
Mm.
which we know is not the case.
Yeah. Like it's basically where he's again, it's like that serial killer thing. It almost kind of looks like some kind of like depraved killer's den.
Yeah,
But in reality, it's where a werecat is having his victims. But he is a killer.
yeah.
Mm.
So yeah, and this is where you kind of figure Formali's part of this. She's complicit and all this stuff too in the house, and has knowledge that Paul's a werecat and the murders and all that mayhem that goes on in the basement there.
Mm. Um, the thing is, Oliver they finally get to hook up, right?
Yeah. Hmm.
Irina and Oliver. Um, but it's you kind of feel bad for Irina because again, I feel like she just wants to be a normal person.
Yeah,
Would you agree?
definitely.
But she can't, you know. And of course, Paul is kind of ruining her life. It's like, there's definitely like empathy there, right?
Yeah, definitely. And well, I'm way ahead of myself now, but the story is kind of a tragic story around Irina. Like she's kind
Yeah.
of, she's definitely like the protagonist in this little narrative here.
Hmm. Um, after they get to hook up, like there's like another chance to do it kind of like one last time so she can like transform again, right?
Right. Yeah.
Um, but I don't know. I feel like her ultimate fate is kind of a sad one,
It
you
is.
know.
Yeah.
It's very sad. We'll get to that in a second, right? Um, the thing is, Paul uh eventually does die, right?
He gets
Uh,
shot. Yeah.
mhm. Yeah.
Um, yeah. So in his Panther form, he gets
Mhm.
shot. Okay. And
Right.
then um Oliver takes him back to the zoo and does like a necropsy on him. And
Mhm.
this is kind of sick, this part. You know what I mean? Like when he cuts into him, this like gas comes out, and then they
Mhm.
find like a partial like this is like, you know, pretty sick. It's like this like human hand and arm or with
Yeah,
inside
that
the
was
the
that was a good
cat.
moment.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
really cool. And then the whole thing just melts. So there's no evidence of any of this stuff. There's no photos or notes or nothing. It's just all based, nothing. There's no evidence that Paul even existed or that he was able to turn into he was a werecat or any of that
Yeah,
stuff.
he's like gone into like a pool of slime, basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, but around this time, Irina has decided she wants to take out Alice, right? She wants to kill, she wants to
Yeah.
kill Alice, Annette O'Toole's character, who used to be, her current boyfriend's ex or whatever the hell. Um, and there's that great scene in the pool, of course, that I mentioned earlier. Uh, um, there's a very similar scene in the 1942 Cat People with the pool, actually, which I remember, if I'm not mistaken. There's like a pool scene also towards the end.
Yeah, there
Um,
is.
yeah, okay. Nice to know I'm not completely crazy.
No,
Thank
no,
you.
no. That's one of the scenes that they carried over.
Okay. Very cool.
Yeah.
Um, but the thing is, like I said, ultimately she gets trapped in her panther form, right?
Right.
And the thing is, she ends up basically in permanent panther form. Would
Yeah,
you?
because in order for her to turn back to a person, she would have to kill someone again.
Right, and
So
she
that
doesn't want to do that.
Yeah, dude. So it's like this, and she just spends the rest of her life living in the zoo with Oliver, taking care of her.
Yeah. Um, but the thing is, it leaves it a little open ended because hey, she could kill someone. I mean, it doesn't look like she wants to kill anybody.
Yeah.
Um, but it's a terrible existence, right? I mean, it's almost like she's better off just staying the Panther in a weird way.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like it's such a dark ending for a movie from 1982.
Yeah, I mean, like it ends where Oliver kind of reaches his hand in the cage and he's petting her and petting her neck and she looks at him and roars and the David Bowie's cool song plays. Um, but yeah, it is a little darker than what it seems. Like I said, she's trapped in that form. and this is how it's going to have to be for the rest of her life, unless, like I said, she decides to kill. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's a very, I mean, there's not a lot of movies that are, I think, as like stylish as this, that kind of mix horror. Like in a way, yes, this movie is a horror film, right? But it's kind of like a two or three other genres
Yeah.
kind of mixed together. Would you agree?
Well, yeah, it's a Paul Schrader film. You know what I
Mm,
mean? And he's not like this is as far as I'm concerned, his only like straight up like supernatural horror film he's ever made.
right, exactly.
Everything else is like crime or noir or, hardcore, which is
Mm,
like, it's like a sleazy crime film,
mhm,
but there's that sort of nighttime darkness that is in this film
mhm.
that is kind of typical to all of his other movies.
Yeah,
There's like this like roughness to it, like this, underbelly of society being exposed kind of vibe to this film too, and
it
like,
definitely pairs
hookers
pretty
and
well
yeah.
with American Gigolo,
Oh yeah.
like a 2 year difference. Like,
Yeah.
I think it does.
Um,
Um, it,
this it's very well written too, man. I think the story's cool. Like the acting is very good,
you know what I didn't realize? He directed Light of Day with Michael J. Fox and Joan Jett. Remember that
Oh
movie
wow. Yeah. Yeah. See,
from 1987?
there's a
I had
lot of his
no,
films that I haven't seen, man. Honestly, Paul Schrader.
I saw that in the theater in eighth grade with my friends. Yeah, because Michael J. Fox was in it, and
Yeah.
he was a big star in 1987. And wow, I had no idea he wrote and directed that movie. Interesting.
Yeah.
He wrote Last Temptation of Christ, that of
Yep.
course Martin Scorsese directed. Uh, but yeah, very cool run of films. He wrote Rolling Thunder, which is an
Yep.
awesome movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's this is a remake too, so there was like some, there's that as well, like what to incorporate from the original into this film. There's a lot of, decision making that went into this movie. Um, but yeah, this is really his sole supernatural horror film that he made, and I think that's why it doesn't seem like other horror films, like as like a unique quality to it.
Yeah. It's funny that there's some lore about this movie about him and Natasha Kinski having an affair while
Really?
this movie was being made.
Oh
Apparently,
man.
Paul Schrader like fell in love with her during this movie and proposed to her at the rap party, or proposed to her, but she didn't even show up to the rap party, and she kind of pieced him out.
Oh
And
wow.
the legend is that 3 months later, he tracked her down in Paris,
Oh Jesus.
where she, now again, this is legend, where she said to him, Paul, I always fuck my directors.
Oh.
And with you, it was difficult.
Oh.
However, in 2001, she refuted that story. So who knows?
Hmm. That's wow.
Yeah, how about that? Yeah. I
I'd
mean,
like to think that that's not true.
no, I'd like to think that's not true too. I mean, the thing is this: back in the day, tons of pre 24-hour news cycle, pre internet, pre tabloid era. God knows what was going on movie sets, but that's quite a story.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of grade would you give this movie, Mike?
I had one grade in mind, but I'm upping it. I'm going from a 3 to a 3.5.
Oh, okay.
I
All
like
right.
this movie a lot. I don't I don't think I like it as much as American Gigolo though, and I don't like it as much as Hardcore and etc. Um, one of my favorite things about this movie is the theme song. It's one of my favorite David Bowie songs, but it gets a very solid 3.5. Definitely see this movie, listeners, if you've never seen it. What about you?
Oh, I give it a 4.5. I love this movie.
Oh, okay.
This is like
Yeah.
one of my favorite films.
Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it had some lulls. It definitely wasn't as like fast and like in comparison again to like say American Gigolo. I thought American Gigolo flowed a lot better. with that little quicked up ending part. I thought this one kind of dragged a bit. It's actually quite long, this movie, Cat People.
Yeah, it is
The
actually.
running time.
Yeah, the
Yeah, yeah.
run time's actually pretty hot, pretty long on this one. It's like almost 2 hours, I think.
Yeah, it's a two
Yeah,
hour full movie.
it's 118 minutes.
Exactly. No, it's a long time. Um, but I did like it a lot. I just don't know if it's something I would watch repeatedly. I love Malcolm McDowell. Uh, yeah, Home Alone Dad is great in this. 3.5 is good. It's a little low for me in general for the
Yeah.
program,
Okay.
but it's still good.
To me, this is a movie I watch every couple of years. I'll put this on.
Mhm.
It's a purchase for me, so I really enjoyed it that much.
Ah,
Yeah. So yeah, it was
awesome.
yeah, I really like this movie.
All right, all right. Well, listeners, we've been showcasing a lot of older films lately, sprinkled in with the new, but I think we're going to get a lot more newer stuff out there. There's a lot of stuff kind of ramping up. And I do hope you're enjoying a lot of the 70s and 80s stuff we're doing, but rest assured, we will be covering a bunch of the new stuff that's coming out this year, right, Mike?
Yeah, I mean the only the year started off slow, but some of the that's like for example, the undertone, like we're doing back the next episode will be Backrooms.
Mhm.
You know, there's been there's some other stuff that's coming out. I think I mentioned that I saw Faces of Death to you. I don't know if I mentioned that to you.
Oh, is that like out on streaming yet?
I mean, I rented it.
Okay.
But we'll talk about that one. That'll be
Okay.
on Shutter
Okay.
before long. I actually I had higher hopes for it. It wasn't. We'll get into it. I don't want to give too much away
Okay.
on that
Yeah.
one.
Sounds
There
good.
are the Passenger and Obsession are films I want to see too.
Yes, I do want to see Obsession. Everyone and their mom is talking about it. It looks very solid. I love that it was made for 750K and has made almost $100 million,
Yeah,
literally, apparently. That is unfucking believable. And it just shows that like how kind of out to lunch Hollywood is right now, I feel
yeah,
like, and
yeah,
just has no idea what to do to put people in the seats. And the strength of independent horror and the strength of horror. Um, you know, come on, like the movie was made for under $1 million and has just it's still going. It's probably going to be going well through June, it looks like. So
yeah.
that's really cool.
I'm gonna wait for it to come on streaming though, because I have a feeling that I want to see it, but
Mm.
I just have a sneaking suspicion I'm not gonna love it as much as everyone else is.
Okay. I watched the trailer and I kind of sort of get what you mean
Yeah,
just based on the trailer, but um John Draper said it's very good. I generally, of course, trust his judgment. He is
hmm
a little, I will say, this could be a shock. He's a little easier to please than me, I think. But again, I am looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah. You know what, man? I'd be down for doing that Psycho Killer film.
Okay, yeah, I gotta finish watching it. That's another one. Bit of a mixed bag. Can't get too into it right now, obviously,
Yeah,
but so far I'm actually liking it.
it got shit on when it came out.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's why I was like kind of sad. I mean, like a lot of the reviewers that I trust, like a lot of people like other YouTubers that I watch and kind of take seriously, did not like it. But I mean, I knew that I'd see it eventually, but I was prepared to dislike it as well. But I want to see it. That mask looks cool. I know there's like a metal thing going on. Like it definitely looks cool.
Yes, there's a heavy metal angle. Yes. Won't want to give too much away. Um, but yeah, other cool stuff on the horizon.
Well, right on. All right, guys.
Wow.
Thanks for listening. Remember to hit us on the Necro phone, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.
Take care.
It's been so long. Feel my blood enraged. It's just the fear of losing you. Don't you know my name? Well, you've been so long, and I've been putting out fire with gasoline. Ageless heart that can never mend. These tears can never dry. A judgment made can never bend. See these eyes.